Hi guys, today we're going to take a look at True Asuras, and I recommend this place for level 700 plus monk. You'll see I was hunting here around level 600, and it was doable, but it was very hard. I think 700 plus is like the bare minimum, and even at that level, I give it like a 9 out of 10 difficulty, maybe like 8.5. It is doable if you know what you're doing, but generally speaking, it's going to be very hard. I think this place will be relatively easy, comfortable from like level 8 to 900 or so, but I recommend 700 to start with. So the results you can expect are not that amazing. It's about 5.3 KK raw experience with an expected loot of around 1 KK at this level. However, I do think that this place will scale pretty well with levels. At level 600, I had to be burning USPs like mad. However, I think that by the time you like level, say 1000, if you come here, you're going to be barely using any potions and making a really great profit. So that's just something to keep in mind. I think this place will scale pretty well with levels, so it's doable, okay, from like level 700. But once you're like 1k, this will actually be a pretty okay spot. For this video, I had charms active and I had partial animus. I believe I had animus on one of the true Asuras. I don't remember which one, and maybe the Hellhound. Either way, it was like 2% animus overall. And overall tier rating, I give it like a B tier. It's primarily a bestiary / profit spot. The experience is okay, but nothing amazing. Difficulty I already spoke about. For bestiary, it'll take about 9 hours for the dawn fires and midnights, which is the main thing that you're likely going to be doing here. In addition, if you want to do the true frost flower, I recommend you do it on rapid on -1. There's just not enough of them otherwise. On -1 near the boss, there's like 3 or 4 spawns of the frost flower. So you just go down rapid and you just kill those. Otherwise, it's just going to take way too long. Moving on, requirements level 700 plus, like discussed. This is part of the secret library quest, the Asuras section, so you'll need to do that, as well as the Asura Palace and Lost Brother quest to have access to the Asura Mirror. You'll need a Dwarven Ring because they make you very drunk, and this place can be effectively hunted primarily by monks and knights solo, and as well as duos. I think this is basically the only things that really hunt here. I think, a full team hunt can probably come here, but I don't know why. It won't be very good. Paladins, I think also, it's probably okay, but I probably wouldn't. For imbuements, all standard plus death protection, quite a lot of death damage here. Recommended weapon type is energy. If you've got all your best in slot, energy is better, but earth is also okay. In my opinion, it's a tiny little bit worse. However, if, for example, you don't have a soul mass, but you have sanguine claws, then use earth. However, if you've got everything, then energy soul mass would be best. Supplies per hour, again, this is very high supply usage because I was very low level here for this place. I do think that will be dropping down very significantly with levels. But yeah, I was using 1900 ultimates, 6 transcendence potions, dwarven ring as well, of course. For the charms, I recommend, I think if you come at 700, I recommend elemental charms primarily, like shown here. However, if you come here like 1k, you probably want to go with more critical charms. You probably want to go at that point like low blow, savage blow, overpower, parry kind of setup. But this is a guide for lower level, so for those levels, you probably want to go primarily with elementals. For the wheel, I recommend T2 Ascetic or T2 Outburst. I think T2 Ascetic is better here. The density is actually not that insane. I think T2 Outburst would be okay, but there's a few rooms where you've only got like 4 or 5 monsters, where Outburst isn't going to be very good, but Ascetic will still work very well. So generally, I think Ascetic is probably a little bit better. And the character you'll see in the video is a level 604 monk with 113 first and 49 magic level. So this is the bottom floor that I hunt, and I don't really need to come up. However, when you come through the this is the entrance where you come in. If you ever stop running out of respawn, you can just go up the staircase and do a pull on top as well, maybe even 2 if you really need to. Otherwise, just this floor should be enough. And another thing to mention, just in case you don't know, right here in the top is a little teleporter that when you finish hunting, if you want to, you can just go in there, go through that teleport, and it will take you straight out to Asura Palace. So it's like a quick exit out of Asura Mirror, True Asuras. So just something to keep in mind. That's basically how it works. You can do that. And anyway, so when you come in, I usually do a pull, somewhere around here. Then you go in here and you kind of kite them out. You can't exactly just go in and do the pull because you'll just die. So you kind of want to go in and sort of start kiting them back, and attacking them usually. Then you'll go up here I'll usually do a pull around here, pull everything out here, go up here, do a pull around here. Now, something important here, if you are going for bestiary, then skip this room. This room has the midnight, which you kill more of during a lap anyway. So there's like 3 or 4 midnights in there. If you're going for bestiary only, you can just totally skip that room and just go up here and do this pull here. If you don't care about bestiary and you're just hunting effectively, then you can just pull out some of these monsters and take them with you. But up to you, basically. So yeah, pull here. Then usually I'll go pull out some monsters and clear out here, because this room is probably the biggest and most dangerous one. So you kind of have to, you don't want to overdo it. So once you've cleared everything before that room, then you can go in here and like do a pull in here. Then we'll be going here, pull around here, get these monsters, pull around here as well, and basically reset. And then you just go down south and do this pull by the entrance again. Kind of like that. That's how I do. It's basically the whole bottom floor, except this little section in the middle if you don't care about the midnight bestiary. And that's it. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool that a monk can hunt here as early as this, because it's quite, I don't know, it's quite a unique respawn. I've quite enjoyed hunting here. Results aren't so good. I do think like a 1k monk will probably be pushing like 2k profit per hour here. So I think it's going to be a lot better. So we will check this place out at some point in the future again, once I'm of the right level. But yeah, if you really want to do the bestiary, if there's a boosted True Asura, if there's like an Oktoberfest demon event, by all means, this is likely a pretty okay spot. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll play the video now. If you have any questions, let me know. I'll be happy to answer, and see you in the next one. Bye-bye.